Shepparton, of course. Just repeating, Cobram race Monday afternoon, 1:28, the first of 8 races, as they score up very well here in perfect conditions. As the days get shorter, the green light goes on here, and from barrier 2, Desire's Daughter might find the top, but there's plenty of speed outside. Courageous Cutter's going to get across and lead. From Desire's Daughter, they're pressing forward at the moment. Kearney Lane can find the leaders back, and Kearney Lane will be on the leaders back, relegating Desire's Daughter back to 3 back the pegs. Caught without cover there, me mum's nuts there. Working into the 1-1 from a mile back there is Shakahari. In turn, relegated to second last on its inside there is the pole marker, Illawong Noble, and Pedro from the wide draw just went back there and settled off their backs in the running line. While this is going on, Courageous Cutter found the top relatively comfortably for Gary Pekin. As in second spot there, given every chance there at the moment. Kearney Lane enjoying a good run on the leaders back. They've got a margin there about 2 or 3 lengths, and me mum's nuts was able to get around those other horses and take up a peg position. Racing back on the inside there is Desire's Daughter, and left without cover now is Shakahari, who's probably began too well. Did have the 1-1 for a stride or two. Pedro working into it there in the running line, and relegated to last of all is Illawong Noble. Made no advantage of the pole there and sees the lot of them. They complete one full lap, and Courageous Cutter up in front. Gary Pekin doing the job nicely here. Rates the horse nice and evenly. In second spot there, given every chance, is Kearney Lane, about a length and a half away there, just having a look down at the gear there for a moment. My mum's nuts there, Shane Gilligan. In turn on its back there is Shakahari. Starting to improve around the outside is Pedro, relegated to second last, Desire's Daughter. And on its back, last of all, is Illawong Noble. They head down, put the bell well and truly behind them, and they're not far off the 800 peg, roundabout now as they go down there. And up in front, Courageous Cutter doing the job nicely. Kearney Lane travels all right, leaders back. Then in turn, my mum's nuts making ground and continuing to that sustained run is Pedro. Starting to work up into a clear fourth there around Shakahari. Then Desire's Daughters and Illawong Noble, last of the pack at the 600. Up in front though, and has been for the most part, Courageous Cutter shows the way clear. Camped on its back, Kearney Lane will have the option inside or outside on the corner. Can wait to the sprint lane here. Comes off its back there. My mum's nuts into a clear second now up on the outside, and putting in a good burst here as the leader's just under a little bit of punishment now. Courageous Cutter as my mum's nuts works up on the outside, waiting for that inside run. Kearney Lane will be able to use the sprint lane there, and working into it nicely now is Shakahari down the outside, and Shakahari works up on the outside, and he's picked him up in a stride, and Shakahari's got him covered a long way out, and Shakahari comes down a soft winner from my mum's nuts. Getting through late there was Kearney Lane for third, then Courageous Cutter the early leader, about 2 lengths away Desire's Daughter. Getting up on the inside, Illawong Noble, and Pedro was last of the bunch there, but not far off them. Shakahari for Bill Morgan, too good for them. The